Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mitch, just an old guy in a drone. And I thought I'd take a little time to bring you up to date, if you're interested, on what I've been up to and what the ever-changing future that I envision for my little channel is going to be. But first, I've got an announcement to make. You know, I normally do a live stream on Thursday night at 6, and I got an email yesterday from Spike apologizing for not realizing that the first anniversary live stream that he scheduled for 6 p.m. Eastern on Thursday would conflict with mine, and that he didn't do it on purpose. Well, that was very nice, and I really appreciated Spike taking the time to send me that email. And because of that, and because of my admiration for Spike and what I consider our long-distance friendship, I'm going to yield to him. So tonight, I'm not going to have a live stream, and I'm going to encourage all of you to watch Spike's live stream at 6 o'clock on the iSpike channel, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'll see you there in the chat room. So, Spike, thanks for caring enough to send me that email, and I do appreciate that, and I'm happy to help you celebrate your first anniversary. My first anniversary won't come until December, and I hope you'll be around to help me celebrate mine. You know, when I started my YouTube channel about 6 months ago, in one of my first videos I said, if it ever stops being fun, or if people aren't interested, I'll just stop doing it. But so far, people have seemed to be interested, and it's been fun, and there's been a lot of changes to YouTube in the past 6 months, and one of the most consequential has been that 4,000 hours of watch time that people have to accumulate to get monetized. Well, I started a live stream because that's really the only way you can do it, unless you got 50,000 subscribers. It's kind of like a chicken and the egg, but it seems like not only was that my idea, but everybody else's too. And today, the preponderance of these live streams are everywhere, and everybody's on at the same time. And I've noticed that the, let's call it, attendance at my live streams is dwindling every week that I do it. And either that's because I'm not interesting, or there's just too much of it going on, and people are just getting tired of watching live streams. So I decided I needed to do something, or take this channel, if I'm going to keep doing it, in different directions. And the most important thing is that it be something that I enjoy doing. If I don't enjoy it, why should I bother? There's no money in this for me. So if it's not interesting and I don't enjoy it, why should I bother doing it? Now, fortunately, I just got myself interested in FPV, which has really taken over my flying interests, and because it allows me to do things like I used to do in RC. It allows me to spend time in the workshop and build, get out and fly. It's a new challenge, and I've been having an awful lot of fun with it. This video that's behind me was shot the other day at my local club flying field. Now, while I've been going out to the flying field, because it's a great place to practice these things as opposed to in a park full of trees, I kind of getting the bug back to fly airplanes. So not only am I going to continue to build and fly FPV, but I'm also going to get back into flying RC airplanes, and I'm going to add that to my channel as an additional thing that people might be interested in. And I'll show you in a minute some of the airplanes that I'm going to be flying, and I'll make videos out at the field and on the workbench and talk about some of these different models. And The good news is I don't have to learn how to fly RC airplanes, unlike FPVs. I already know how. Now, my next project is a custom FPV build that I talked about in a video last week where I showed you the frame, and that's the Armaton Marmot. And this is not a kit. This is a custom build, and I'm going to actually take all of these pieces and parts, which I selected based on an awful lot of research and listening to a lot of YouTube videos, and I'm going to chronicle on the channel here the building of this in maybe 4 or 5 different shorter episodes instead of one 4-hour long live stream like my Tyro 99 build. So let me show you real quick what I got here, and then we'll go off and take a look at some of the airplanes I'm going to be dealing with, and then you'll have an idea of where I've been lately. So this is the Armaton Marmot frame. It's a one-piece frame, and I did a video about unboxing this and all of these pieces and parts that go in, so we won't talk about that. But the rest of the components that are going in this, I selected based on watching an awful lot of videos and doing a lot of research. And I'm using the Holybro Kakute F7 flight stack, which is one of the latest and most capable, and it even has an SD card slot in it to record black box stuff. It does pretty much anything, and you can hook pretty much anything up to it. It's very capable flight controller and 4-in-1 ESC. This is also from the same company. This is the, they call it the Atlatl HV version 2. It's the video transmitter, and it'll actually sit right on top of the stack here as well. And that also comes from Holybro. So that's the VTX that I'm using, and then I'm going to plug into that the Caddx Ratel Starlight camera. This is supposed to be a very, very capable, good colors, low light capable camera. Around the middle of the road, maybe towards the higher end of the price range. I think it was $35, but this is going to be the FPV camera in the thing, and then I'll mount some kind of GoPro or something like that on top to take the HD video. I'm also going to put a GPS module in this, and for the purpose of what they call GPS rescue, which does kind of like what DJI does. If the drone loses the radio signal or I click a switch on the transmitter, it'll just climb to an altitude. It'll turn around and start coming home. Unlike DJI, it's not programmed to land itself, but it will bring it back into the neighborhood where I can take control of it and land it, hopefully, if everything works like it should. The motors I'm going to use are the Emax Ecos, and these things were very highly rated and only about $12 a piece. So we'll see how they work out. If I'm not happy with these, I could always go for the expensive motors, but these should be really adequate for the kind of flying that I'm going to do, which is not going to be violent or vicious, but mostly smooth flying and smooth aerobatics and that kind of thing, because that's always been my style in RC. I'm also going to put a lost model buzzer on it, and I found this little buzzer that has its own little battery, little LiPo on it, so that if it crashes and the battery is ejected from the drone, which often happens, this thing still has its own little battery in it, which charges up when you fly it through the flight controller. And supposedly this thing is annoyingly loud, and it's got a bright flashing LED on it too. So one of the things I fear the most is having crashing a drone out in some brush or deep grass and not being able to find it. So between the GPS, which puts the coordinates in the OSD so you can go back and look at those on the recording of your flight, and the beeper screaming its head off, hopefully if this thing goes down, I'll be able to locate, if nothing else, the pieces, because I'm sure even in a crash a lot of these pieces and parts would be worth saving. So that's the next thing coming for my FPV build. I've got a low-cost 3-inch quad, a Tyro 79 on the way, and I'll do a build video and some flying with that too. So I've got enough FPV drones to keep me and the channel busy for a little while. As far as the RC airplanes go, let's go on a little tour and I'll show you how I'm starting back into RC airplanes. Okay, this is my closet where I keep some of my airplanes and helicopters, and that's a 600 size Align T-Rex 600 up there, and there's a little 250 size over there, and in here I got a couple of electric RC airplanes that are hanging up, and these will probably be some of the first ones that I'll start flying again. And I got the wings for them in here and wrapped up in the wing bags over there. Down on the floor is an 800 size helicopter that takes two 6000 6S batteries, running 12S altogether. It's a monster helicopter, and it's the one that I used when all those years ago I decided to try to do aerial photography. And the first video on my channel, called The Way We Used to Do It, shows that helicopter actually flying a big camera rig underneath of it. Now this airplane is all foam, and it's called an Easy Star by Multiplex, and it has a little pusher electric engine there, and it's very docile, rudder only for steering, no ailerons. And I had this out at the field last weekend and realized that I hadn't forgotten how to fly, but that was the first thing that I thought I'd fly, having not flown an RC airplane in a number of years. And it's amazing to me just how it comes back to you. In fact, it was like I had never put the transmitter down. Now, unlike FPV, where I have to learn a new and different kind of control, the airplane controls are so ingrained in me that you don't have to think about it. You just go out there and fly. And since I used to fly jets, I like to go fast. So I went ahead, let me put this down here. I went ahead and bought this Horizon V900. And this thing here is 100-mile-an-hour plus airplane, electric. And I'm going to have my cameras out there the first time I fly this thing. But this is ready built. It's made out of structural foam. They're terrific, and from what I've seen, they go like hell. So hopefully you'll all be entertained by my first flights with this little airplane, and that'll be coming. That'll be coming on the channel. And I also managed to pick up a couple of these EFX or EF Extra little airplanes from Durafly, which are really getting a lot of play on YouTube channels. And it's similar to the it's similar in design to the V900. Maybe not quite as fast, but one of the things that these have is an FPV module, so you can actually put a camera and a transmitter on this little airplane. And I got two of them because when I tried to buy one out of China, they wanted it was about $130 airplane, and they wanted $80 in freight to ship it. But if you spent over $150, you got FedEx next day air for free. So I said, well, let me just buy two of them, get the freight for free, and then I'm sure somebody here in the club would want to buy one of them from me because it's a very popular airplane. So that's why there's two of them here. Saved me a lot of money. Well, thanks for watching and sticking with me through this, and I hope that I can come up with some interesting videos in the future to grow the channel and keep everybody interested and have some fun at the same time. So join me tonight, Thursday night, June the 6th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time in Spike's channel, and to wish him a happy anniversary. So Spike, good luck to you, and I'll see you there and everybody else at 6 o'clock tonight. With that, take the rest of the day off, go play with your drones. Take care, everybody.